Welcome to Climax-Scotts Football TV, a regional championship tilt. The Panthers wrote another chapter in an already historic season Friday night at Big Blue Stadium by capturing the first regional championship trophy playing 8-man at Climax-Scotts with a 34-22 win over Onekama. The 9-2 Panthers will play at Portland St. Patrick, 51-16 winners over Kinday North Huron last Saturday. This Saturday, November 16 at 1 p.m. in the semifinals. Portland St. Patrick will enter the semifinals with an 11-0 record. Onekama, which played for the 8-man Division II state championship last season but fell short, started Friday night's contest strong. The Portagers took the opening kickoff to its own 49-yard line, completed a 28-yard pass that put the visitors on the C-S 23-yard line, ran 3 plays, capped off by a 5-yard touchdown run by Aaron Powers with 10:28 left in the opening frame. The Portagers made the score 8-0 on the 2-point conversion on a pass play from quarterback Taylor Bennett to Powers. C.S. answered at the end of the quarter when Connor Gibson scored on a 2-yard burst with 41 seconds left in the opening quarter. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good, and the visitors went into the second quarter enjoying an 8-6 lead. After the C.S. defense, behind quarterback sacks from Braden Butler and Jackson Ling, forced Onekama to punt, the Panthers took the lead for good moments later when Jackson Lawrence scored on a 1-yard run with 3:16 left in the second quarter. Ernesto Escobedo ran in the 2-point conversion for a 14-8 CS lead. The Panther defense continued to frustrate the Portagers, forcing the visitors to punt. Jackson Lawrence picked the punt up near the CS 25-yard line and raced down the left sideline 74 yards for a Panther touchdown, sending the home crowd into a frenzy with 1:30 left in the second quarter. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good, but CS took a 20-8 lead into the locker room at halftime. The Panthers were able to enjoy some separation midway through the third quarter when Guillermo Escobedo scored on an 11-yard run with 7:32 left in the stanza for a 26-8 lead. Jackson Lawrence ran in the 2-point conversion, bumping the lead to 28-8. The CS defense once again stood tall when the Portagers drove down to the Panther 29-yard line and came close to scoring. However, a 4th and 9 pass completion near the goal line was caught out of bounds, giving the Panthers the ball back with 4:54 left in the third quarter. The Panthers could not muster any points out of the drive and were forced to punt. Onekama worked its way downfield and pulled to win 28-14 when Matthew Mallison scored on a 10-yard run with 56.8 seconds left in the third frame. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good, sending the Panthers into the final quarter with a 28-14 lead. Strong blocking and hard running by the CS backs helped the Panthers dent the end zone again at the 8:04 mark when Connor Gibson crossed the goal line on a 2-yard run for a 34-14 lead. The 2-point conversion was no good. Facing a 20-point deficit and time winding down, the desperate Portagers went to the air and pulled to within 34-20 when quarterback Taylor Bennett connected with Powers for a touchdown strike that covered 6 yards with 6:26 left in the game. Bennett completed a pass to Wade Sedler on the 2-point conversion, establishing the final score. CS kept the ball on the ground to work time off the clock, delivering a big first down on a 4th and 2 play that left CS on the Portager 33-yard line. CS enjoyed one more first down before giving the ball up with little time left for Onekama to reduce the deficit. The Portagers were able to quickly move upfield with its passing game, but the Panther defense would not allow the visitors to score again, and time ran out, setting off a wild celebration at Big Blue Stadium.
Ready! Guillermo! Guillermo!
After a brief celebration, C-S Superintendent of Schools Doug Newington presented C-S coach Kevin Langs and the Panthers with a regional championship trophy. Langs handed the trophy off to his team to enjoy the hardware.
Division II 8-player regional champions, the Panthers of Climax-Scotts High School. Coach Kevin Lang.
Hey, here we go!
Climax-Scotts High School have enjoyed having you in today's game. Look forward to having you in the future.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big checks!
Yeah, who's going to do the Stanley Cup kiss?
After the game, senior Braden Butler talked about the hard work it took to win the regional championship trophy and how much the team wants to establish itself in CS history.
So we got Braden Butler, your senior. Boy, Braden, just talk about this win tonight, another step forward, another new thing for you boys in 8-man football.
It's another tally on the scoreboard, I may say. What are we, 9-2 now? Yeah. 9-2, we're rushing in, we're ready for that semifinals. In reality, they're the same as every other team that we've played, bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic than us, but somehow Climax comes out on top.
Absolutely. Now they came right out at you and got that early touchdown. Maybe talk about what was talked about in your sideline after they scored right on you.
It's happened before, so we have that prior knowledge to being like, okay, this is still fine, start of the game, we can still come back and pull through. And really with that mindset, sky's the limit, because if you break first inning or first quarter, there ain't no way you're gonna come back from that. And we came back and we won that game. And, it was good stuff.
It was good stuff. And really kind of a game of adjustments. I noticed that you started to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback there. Was that kind of the plan?
Well, our plan was to lock down as many gaps as possible. And in return, I was one of those gap blockers. So when they would turn into their dubs, I'm flying, man. I am just flying right through that hole. And we made some very good stops in that defense. Very good stops. I'm proud.
You sure did. And maybe talk about a little bit about your offense. Boy, your runners were running hard, pounding that ball, and
they had an extremely tough defensive line and defense. Their whole defense was stellar, but we locked down a few key movements. You know, being able to stop and think, where do we go from here? Do we base, do we pull? And being able to manipulate the other team in that kind of aspect is really what led us to winning, because they would have stopped us if we didn't manipulate them in any way, shape, or form.
That's cool. And then finally, I got to ask you, you have a chance to play to get into the state finals. Just talk about that maybe, please.
Like I said before, we are Climax's biggest success story. If you look at our history, we're not a winning team at all. Our sophomore year was our first taste of success, and really that was just the start. Where if you look at Rocket, you look at junior high, we were not a very good team, but something clicked in our head right there for high school football. 8-man is just our sport. There's no other sport. If we played 11-man, we would not be as good as we are now. 8-man is meant for us. We are meant for this sport, and it really shows on the battlefield.
That's a great way to summarize that. Well, good job tonight, Braden. Congratulations. Good luck next week in the semis.
Now remember, it's off to the semifinal game for CS next at Portland St. Patrick, Saturday, November 16 at 1 p.m. Reporting live from Big Blue Stadium in beautiful Climax, Michigan, this is Scoop for www.theclimaxcrescent.com.
Hey, get your hands ready. Love you more. One big hand, big blue.
Let's go!